What's up guys, it's your boy Ru, and in this one we have got a leaked release date for Shin Megami Tensei 5. This was put out a couple of days ago, so your boy's a little late here thanks to the Chrono Kaseki madness. However, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this in case some of you guys haven't heard about this, and for those of you that are interested on my opinions on this game. So let's go ahead and get into this thing right here. Just like I mentioned a second ago, this is a leak, it's not an official announcement, and the date we have here is November 11th, and it's for the Switch. So there is potential that at E3 during Nintendo Direct's event that this potentially could be announced and that we get some gameplay for it. Before I get into this, just to give you guys a quick background, I haven't played any of the original SMT games. During my PS2 and PS3 days, I was mainly playing Naruto and Dragon Ball Z games, and at that point I was just a fan. As a gamer, I was just a fan. I did, however, buy the SMT3 Nocturne HD Remaster. However, I'm just going to set that to a side, okay? I'm just going to ignore the fact that that even exists, because what Atlus did with that game to slap HD Remaster on it is just utterly blasphemous, asinine, and just moronic. What they did with that, like to this day I don't understand what they were thinking, claiming it to be an HD remaster with the graphics barely being better and the audio just horrendously compressed. So I'm just gonna take SMT3 Nocturne Remaster, you know what I'm saying, and just set it to the side. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the SMT5 background information with a nice clean slate. So my perspective is a nice clean slate. We're gonna take a look at this because it's actually a really good game. I really enjoyed the gameplay side of it and like the story with the whole demons, the dark stuff, you know, the whole world is about to get destroyed, we're about to rebuild the world, demons, gods, that sort of thing. I absolutely love the game story and the gameplay itself. Now that I got that out the way and y'all know my perspective of things, let's go ahead and take a look at this here. It claims that it's going to add high quality visuals via the latest hardware. Hopefully this is facts. The protagonist is a high school student living, you know, ordinary life, you know, just has his backpack, you know what I'm saying, has a bunch of books, maybe some pens, so a nice solid 4.0 student, going to his classes, not skipping, not sleeping in class, you know what I mean? So that's his situation, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he gets teleported, ReZero style, to a world known as Dots. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Obviously, I don't know how it's pronounced, but Dot is what we're going to go with. And once he gets there, he fuses with the mystery man, and he becomes a forbidden existence called Naho Bino. And Naho Bino is basically the power that you're going to be using. And you're fighting not only demons, but you're also fighting gods. So what's that about? We're fighting gods and demons? That sounds fun. Because, you know, one of them is clearly not the problem. You got to take care of both of them. Now, the actual world Dot itself, it's a world covered in deserts, and there's gods and demons wandering around, just like we mentioned a second ago here. And it's supposedly giant birds will flap their wings, and the demons can be the size of mountains. What the heck is that about? One thing I do find interesting though is they specify here that some demons are good, but others will be worse and will turn against the hero. So the way I'm interpreting this is that there's a possibility that after you recruit a demon into your basically your party, right, that they can actually dip, like they can turn against you and they can betray you, essentially, that they're not fully tamed and they're not fully in your party. That's how I'm interpreting this. I could completely be wrong, but that's my opinion. There are going to be several new demons that haven't appeared before, and they're going to be illustrated by the character designer Masayuki. So there you go. There is going to be a forbidden Naho Bino box, essentially, like, you know, this is essentially a collector's edition, you can think of it that way. And what you're going to be getting is, I'm assuming it says packed with demons, so I'm thinking this is going to be like a illustration cover book, right, like an art book. You're going to get music, so it's going to get a music CD, first print limited edition, and you're going to get an item that resembles the protagonist Naho Bino. If this is actually true, like if this leak has accuracy to it, it has validity, there is a possibility that it could be announced in E3 for the Nintendo Direct. I believe the Nintendo Direct is about to be 40 minutes here, so we gotta also keep in mind that there's Sonic that's coming out soon, and not just one game only, right? It's not just Colors, there's other Sonic projects that are in the works. We've got the Pokemon remakes for Diamond and Pearl, as well as the Arceus Legends coming out 2022. There's potentially Zelda stuff that could be talked about. So we also got to take this with a grain of salt and remember that in a 40-minute span, there's not a whole lot that Nintendo's going to cover here as far as gameplay trailers and reveals go. So the odds of there actually being trailer reveals and a substantial announcement for SMT5 is fairly on the lower end, but the potential is there, so that's something to keep in mind. Now that I got that entire spiel out the way, let's go ahead and check out this trailer, y'all. Alright, y'all, so let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. I've only seen about first 5 to 10 seconds. So it was pretty interesting. So I decided to let's go ahead and take a look at this. From now on, I think that's the sort of system we're going to go on for these kind of videos. I'm not going to go into completely blind. I'm going to go ahead and check out the trailer for about 10 to 15 seconds. If it's good and it catches my attention, then I'm going to go ahead and react to the whole thing and cover it for y'all. That's how we're going to go from this. I think that's how we're going to go about it from this point forward. That way, in case the trailer is trash, I won't waste everyone's time. You know what I mean? SMT5. Again, I really enjoy the theme of these games and the gameplay and the story. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this got to offer here. So already we're going with the flying demons. God you worship is dead. What is that about? So we already have starting with the demons. Order itself has crumbled. Yo? Here we go. Within the throes of chaos, the world can be reborn. This is one of my favorite aspects of SMT right here. Is the fact that they already start off right from the get-go, setting the theme and the overarching principles of the game itself. Absolutely love that. Which path shall you choose? Path to destruction, absolutely. I'm all about that smoke. What are you talking about? Follow your will and choose your destiny. So I believe you can choose things and they'll essentially change your paths, right? Depending on the choices you make, your story will diverge. I believe is what that basically was about right there. So this is him fusing with the being becoming a right here. That was him fusing with that being that was mentioned earlier when we were breaking down the background info. That was a quick little trailer here, but we got to keep in mind that this was a year ago and they're just announcing that there's going to be an SMT5. They probably haven't substantially worked on the game at this point in time. So that's why it's only a minute long. So if this leak is accurate right here, if this leak that November 11th is going to be its release date is accurate, that will probably mean that they will show something at E3 for the Nintendo Direct portion. However, if that doesn't happen, then I would assume to ignore this leak then. Because if that's the only trailer that we've seen so far, and it's only a minute something long and they haven't released any other gameplay, nothing else, which they haven't because I looked a little bit and I couldn't find anything, and they don't show anything during E3, then I think it's fairly safe to assume that November 11th is not going to be its release date and it's going to be either December Christmas holidays or early 2022. I definitely think there's reasons to be hyped for this, even though it's just a leak, and that there's potential for an E3 announcement. So something to look forward to. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.